Okay, Tony, hold those up for me, mate.
Yeah, no worries.
See how we go. Bottom line.
Look there, see how you're doing.
TFOHRADC.
Yeah, that sounds not too bad.
All right.
Seems like it's all right.
That was easy, I passed. Got good eyes. Tony Bland, Visique Optometrists, welcome.
Good to see you. How you doing there?
Eye examinations, you've been on holiday, so your eyes are fine because they've been rested for
absolutely.
2 weeks. Really important to have them regularly.
Yeah, we usually recommend about every couple of years. You know, the main aim is just to really have a good look at how your eyes are doing. And there's sort of three parts. You know, what we want to do is just reassure people that it's a comfortable and easy thing to do. So it's really just checking your vision and making sure that's clear, looking at the health of your eyes, and also really looking at the comfort of your vision as well. Quite a lot of people come and see us because their eyes aren't comfortable for one reason or another. So that's sort of the three main things we're looking at to try and help with.
So let's, is it like going to the doctors? You sit in the waiting room and you're biting your nails thinking, oh, what are you going to do today?
Yeah, but it's much more low-key.
Is it?
Yep. Yeah, a lot of it is really just, similar to the doctors in that you're trying to just establish a good record. And we try to encourage people also to come and see us without necessarily having any problems, because a lot of the eye conditions, they don't affect your day-to-day vision until they've already got quite significant. So the idea is we want to catch them before that.
Pick them up before that.
Yeah. So most of it's getting a good baseline and just doing some routine things, which are really easy to do, and making sure things are okay, and then that gives us a starting point just to have a look at every now and again and making sure things are okay.
Right, last time I went to have a check-up, I looked into a machine and they took a photo of the back of my eye.
Yes.
What's that one?
Yeah, so there's often 2 or 3 parts to the health check. So we're basically using a microscope often, first of all, just to look at the surface, and we add some lenses to view inside the eye, and occasionally we'll need to put some drops in to dilate the pupils to get a better view. And quite often nowadays, because digital photography is so easy and easy to store, we'll often take a photograph of the front of and inside the eye as well, and it just is really a good way of showing you how your eyes are looking, and if there's any issues, we can show you what we're looking for. But again, giving you a good baseline to detect any really subtle changes. And then sometimes other checks are used also to check the eye pressure and the field of view. And again, particularly, as we age, those are done more routinely from about age sort of 40 to 50 onwards, just to again make sure everything's okay.
And how do you deal with younger kids?
Oh, testing kids is lots of fun. I mean, of course you have to improvise a little, and we're doing the same types of tests as we do for adults, where we're trying to assess how the vision is on the eye chart, further away and up close. And there's more tests on the coordination of their eyes, how they work as a team, what their close focusing power is like, because that decreases through our lives. And with the children, naturally, of course, we're interested in the visual development. So most of your vision develops from right up to about age 9 or 10, and even a little bit further after that. But in that period of time, that's where we want to really make sure that things are going okay, because if they're not, that's what you're going to have for the rest of your life. So that development is important. And usually from about age 3 to 4, we can start to get useful information out of the youngsters. But even younger than that, right down to babies, you can actually get really good assessment of how they're seeing and how the focusing of their eyes works too.
Do you think a lot of people these days abuse their eyes?
Not really.
Or not so much abuse, but don't sort of palm them off as should be right. Yeah,
the main issue is, often, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Everyone thinks, well, my vision's fine, and so, we'll often see people when symptoms arise. So often, as I said, it's comfort. So maybe, their eyes are sore or tired or itchy or gritty or red, or, and obviously people come and see us too when things aren't as clear, if they feel they're focusing too hard too. So yes, the answer is usually a lot of people will wait until there's something wrong before they get things checked, but often, we'd encourage people just to make sure that everything else is going okay in the background as well. Because as I said, a lot of the significant eye conditions that we've talked about before, don't affect your vision until they've already got quite significant.
So I guess the only scary part might be those drops, because they make your eyes feel a bit funny, don't they? Yeah,
sometimes they can just make things. It makes you a little more sensitive to the glare more than anything else, because if your pupils don't respond for a couple of hours, things can seem a little brighter, but that's quite a routine thing that we do, and people find it's no big deal.
That's about the worst, though, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, and it's quite comfortable, and there's no sort of major things that we do that make people uncomfortable, and there's often 2 or 3 different ways you can achieve the same thing too. So, we can accommodate people.
So pretty much no excuses.
No excuses.
No excuses at all. Question personally from me: took eye drops the other day, and then I could taste them.
Right.
How do you figure that one out?
That would have been a bit salty too, no doubt.
Yeah.
What happens is your tear ducts are in right in close to your nose, and they drain into your nose, which then goes down the back of your throat. And often when we encourage people to, when they're putting drops in their eyes, to actually block those ducts by placing your finger in here or closing your eye, and then less of it ends up down the back of your throat, so you don't taste it.
Thank you.
Just so you know for next
I thought
time.
it was just a little bit bizarre and different. And the other question I have is television programs, health programs, pupils are fixed and dilated. Means what?
When you see like on the emergency shows and so on, that usually indicates that something's going on with the nerve pathways that control the pupils. So sometimes if people have had concussion, that's often something they'll do where they shine a light at their pupils to check that they're still responding. That can tell us things that are going on further back as well. And there's a lot of really interesting things that that show up, what we call systemically. In other words, in the rest of your body, that can show up in your eyes, and that's one of the ones you often see.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
You can see a lot through the eyes, can't you?
Absolutely, it's really interesting.
Absolutely. Tony, thank you very much. Laser surgery, I think next time?
Yeah, we're going to have a talk about that. That'll be great.
Sounds a bit more painful than a visit to the
optometrist. No, it's no problems.
We'll have a chat next time.
Yeah, cheers.
Appreciate it. After the break, we are talking with Bella Tate from the Rotorua District Council. The Te Arawa Standing Committee elections for 2010 are on the way. We will find out more when we return.